Okay. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, everyone. Welcome to the stream. How is everyone? You know, I was thinking about my greeting, and to answer Derek's question, I do take into account folks past the international date line because I always start with the time from my perspective. And I was thinking before stream, what is 5 o'clock actually? Because I've been saying good evening for these streams. And I thought about, is that actually correct? So I looked it up, and then I figured it might make a good poll, see what other people's thoughts were. So, how are folks? I want to thank Kelney for becoming a member, and we had 2 other members that joined while the chat was active. That appears to be, oh, I don't know, Hybrid Robotics, maybe? Anyway. Derek, hey Apollo, hi Bill, hey Doom. Hey Josh, hey Marcus, Jose. Who else do we have? Brant, Little Brat, K Sipple, and DJ, Brant, Rick Trino. What else do we have? William. I'm gonna skip through here just to see what time is an illusion, which lunchtime doubly so. Just don't go away at lunchtime. Hey Daniel, hey George. Doom Crew, thanks for being a member. Troy, James, 8 p.m. there. So really, almost everybody watching my stream, or the vast majority, let's put it that way. The vast majority of folks watching my stream are going to be in a later time zone than I am. So I don't know how many West Coast folks, I'm sure plenty, but that would probably mean the majority of folks are going to be later than me. Let's see. 1 a.m. in us? 10 a.m.? Oh boy. Okay, we are back at, because we have to get on it, the Prusa Mark IV build. Let me get a little better, less of the mess, a little more of the printer. Hard not to be unless you're in Alaska or Hawaii. Exactly. I mean, that's an obvious statement, but not everybody knows exactly where I am. So, hey Joe. Who else do we have? East Coast. Viney, welcome. We are on to the display and Y-axis for this update. So this is a Prusa Mark IIIs from Pooch's print farm. And the idea is he has 24 of these or so to upgrade. And I took one to be able to do on stream because this is a Mark IIIs to the full Mark IV upgrade. At some point, it basically becomes a Mark IV build, but it's still fun. And it's something to start off these Tuesday streams with. Just say it the Aussie way, good day. See if the only West Coaster isn't there a 1/8 scale race out there in California. I won't. Hope you don't have to drill this bed plate. I don't think so. I hope not. I did cheat a little bit off stream. I threw the power wires on here. The main power is just on there. I figure I saved probably about 20 minutes of stream time for just messing around with that kind of thing. So Derek, thank you. To boldly upgrade Prusas like no one has upgraded before. That is using ABS and ASA. Well, that's true. I forgot about that part. We are using Prusament Galaxy Black ASA for all of the printed parts. We have had basically no issues with shrinkage. I do believe that I have some PA issues that caused the problems with getting the rods in because there are extra features in there, so there's extra corners, and I think the PA values aren't quite right, and that's what probably caused the problem putting the rods in, but a reamer corrected that right away. So, hey Bob. Troy, thanks for the gifted memberships. So, hi PF Dennis. Hey Rod. So where are we at? We have been following the manual, and I have not been cheating on the Haribos. Well, I've not been cheating with that bag. I bought another bag, so I didn't have to cheat with that one. Let's see here. So, you need a D-reamer for the Rook. So if anybody's following last Sunday's stream, it was an interesting stream. I hope people had fun. We did have a lot of issues though, and almost every single one of them had to do with me. The prints were not great. It turns out that the filament I was using absorbed moisture in between different prints I had done, and it caused the rods and the linear bearings to not fit. We still managed to get 4 hours of playing around with that printer in, so I'm happy with that, and I learned a lot. I was not really expecting that level of difference on the thing. I have reprinted a part, just a little sidetrack here. I gotta take a heat gun to that one, but this is 3DO carbon fiber ASA. It is a nice tight fit on the bearings. Put quite a bit of force to shift that, but it moves smoothly. Yeah, it is now tuned, and this is dry. I have had this running in that iBoss filament dryer, the filament, and apparently it works because I printed test parts that night that fit fine and tested print parts the next night, and they were loose as can be, as loose as we saw on stream. So I am back on track. I will get those reprinted and we'll be back on track this Sunday for the Rook. Hey Brent, if Prusament PETG CF has a higher heat deflection index than Prusament ASA, does that mean I can use it in parts fan shroud? I doubt it has a higher. I don't know if it's better for that application. I don't know for sure. I missed the Rook build. Well, we're going back at it on Sunday. Hope the Haribos are not hard as hell now. That's okay. A little chewy Haribos are fine. How much time already into the Rook CAD until now? Not a lot. So I made the decision that I'm going to make very minimal changes. I want to build it as intended. If I go down the rabbit hole of modifying it, it may not get done. So, hey Bob. I gave up and store all my open filaments in cereal bins with desiccant. I don't have problems with PLA or ABS here. PETG and ASA both need, it doesn't matter if it's filled or not. I get better print quality when I dry PETG and ASA. So, hey R3D. Okay, so back to this. We are on the step for LCD assembly. Hopefully this shouldn't take all that long. We need a few things, including the, wherever that went. I may just not apply the little reflective piece. Oh, it's right here. There's an extra one in here anyway. Little reflective thing in the extras bag, which means there's another one around here somewhere, so I'll make sure Pooch gets that. TPU is bad for absorbing moisture. Yep. But you might do a Taylor Swift and do a Rook. Steve's version, like with the Enderwire one. No. Well, I reserve the right to rebuild the Rook when I'm done. Turtle Crawler has a pretty nice beginnings of a revision to it that I might latch onto. Hey, Polar Ted. Speaking of Polar Ted, thanks for reminding me. We are doing a Polymaker filament giveaway every major stream. We do that. It is at the 2-hour mark, which will be about end of stream. We might go a little past that, but the link is in the pin post and the description. So, so enter that. We've got entries going, so I know it's working. So I've got all my parts here. My display doesn't have the fancy printing, but they do include a sticker that you can put on. I'm not going to put those on. I'm going to let Pooch do that if he wants them. And then we need some M3x8, some nuts, and the protective earth fastener. I saw that somewhere. Where was that? Ah, here it is. Okay, so let's just move this out of the way. And we've got the display, housing, Y-carriage, mounts, cable. Oh, there's the other one. So there's two of those. Have a pre-possession for maybe a future build. A proposition? A Dragon Burner toolhead with a G2SA and a Revo. Not sure how you feel about it. I'm currently putting one together. I haven't tried Dragon Burner yet, but I have to try Zoll XOL first because Delmar gave me fans for one at ERF, and I feel like I need to do that one first. Boo, get out the MMU. When Prusa actually ships me my MMU upgrade, then I'll get out the MMU. But it's delayed because I said it was for a Mark IV. And they've got lots of things that they're finding out with that, and I'd rather them fix it. But still, it's been a long time. Did you all pass on that stream? All press like? Oh yeah. How are we doing here? How many folks do we have? 100, a little over 100 people and 34 likes. We need more than that. Hey James. Soon. Building a Trident. Do you recommend the Trident inverted electronics mod? If you like the inverted electronics idea, then go for it. My concern as a general idea with a release of inverted electronics is you're opening up a big area with live electronics that things can fall into if people don't put a cover on it. And people don't put bottom panels on. How many are going to leave the top panel off? The MMU3 plus Mark IV will suffer a lot. The main plate suffers from wear. Officially, they'll only support PLA and PETG. Yep, and I saw that blog post. We will have multiple material solutions on the channel at some point. Hey, Brian. Okay, I need to get to this. So let's build my Trident inverted cringe. I think that if someone that wants to do that, it's the difference between what I think is appropriate for a release, as in the approved design as it's released from Voron Design, and what's in the mod community. There's very different requirements there, in my opinion. So I think that that mod is very convenient, but as far as a release, I don't know if it's the greatest. There might be other ideas that could be used instead. So we need to put in some supports, and then we need to put on the reflector sticker so that it lines up with one side, and both the edge of the gutter and the LCD continue to lay down. And then we put that stuff on there. So TNR Fuels A-Main Challenge was held in Paris, California. Yeah, we have a facility in Paris, California, where I work does. Way not release style. Mine's mostly metal and PCCF. Yeah. Okay, we need a little screwdriver. Pull that in there. I'm just making a desk tonight, looking good. Awesome. I don't think there's any reliability issues with the inverted electronics mod. Would expect it to continue to work. There's nothing to not work. Okay, and then this guy. Do you remember when Mayfield and Race? I don't. I was not into it to the point of knowing folks' names. I mean, I bought the magazines and read the articles and stuff, but I didn't really follow the racers. I've always wanted to actually race at the club level locally, but it was, I did a couple of races and then it was just a matter of time. Getting out there, driving to the track. So we're gonna lay this on here. Lay it centered. Sit down the center. My pinky finger fits in there pretty well. Hey, Andrew. Hey, Tajin. Me and my 12-year-old share an E-Revo. It's a blast. Oh, yeah. I had a Nitro Revo like 20 years ago. I think it was 2002. Yeah. I got it right after, I think they did a long chassis upgrade at some point, and mine was a short, but I updated it. I ordered my Mercury 1 panels you sent me from MN Laser. Awesome. Very awesome. Okay, then we're going to place that there. There's somewhere where place the XLED support right onto, so we go here. And which one is this? There's that one and that one. It's gonna go. This goes into here. Oh yeah, with the USB port there. That just has to make sure that it gets in. Is that not going in? Now it's stuck. I had to finish dinner before the stream. Loving additional Tuesday streams. Awesome. Milo parts are going to arrive on Friday. Really? Okay, that is stuck in there now. What happened? We're going to find another area where the... Okay, so there's some parts there that push on the... Push on there. This has to go... there, and then there's a tab that goes in here. So do I have something that's keeping that from sitting flush? Oh, because that goes in there just fine. So all of my fit problems are with this fit on here. So did you order a kit, Bill, or did you self-source? Are we all good there? Yeah, we're all good there. It's about 80% there. Just have to finish installing the FMJ electronics. Yeah. So that arrived today. Oh, one of two boxes. The other box is still in LA. One of two boxes. Can you do a detailed print tuning video? I don't do standalone videos. I want to, but and my methods may not necessarily be aligned with other methods. I'm gonna just make sure I don't have something inside here that is, and that's not gonna work, so I'll have to use a knife. I'll make sure I don't have something inside here that's keeping that from sitting how it should. some print artifact. I'll be doing standalone review of Milo and stable bot. Nice. I wanted to self-source for reason of electronics and motors. Oh, awesome. I was puzzled. I mean, all the talk about the LDO kits, I just kind of, that's where my mind went. But if it's self-sourced, that's awesome. Hi, Ella. Welcome. Okay. Let's try this again. That goes there. Is there something I'm doing wrong here? Line up the hole in the plastic part with a hole in the LCD board. Insert the LCD with the LCD support right. Still hooked onto the... Make sure the hook on the LCD support holds onto the LCD now. Otherwise you won't be able to attach it later. Okay, so this should go right on there. Straight down. And that is where the problem is occurring. Is that spot for this printed part is too small. That's where all of the problem is right there. Everything else looks to fit fine. So let's do the ball. Just wishing it into the universe. It would be nice to have a Milo style lathe. Oh, a hobbyist lathe would be cool. Especially CNC. Why not, right? Okay. There we go. Just a little bit around that tiny little spot. And there's an M3x8 screw that goes there. Is that what these are? Nope, that's a 10. Where's the M3x8? M3x8. Philip said in an announcement vid that round 2 of the LDO kits could be as late as June. When is round 1 here supposed to actually arrive to people? Okay. So that there. This guy, a little protective earth goes right there. I love the 240Z in the background. I am so pleased with that model. It is turning out so well. That is Charlie's Angels stream model. They just shipped from China on the boat. Okay. Okay, so that's there. And then 2 M3x8s to put the other side on. That's just this part here. And then we can go on to actually wiring. So, my pine sol is shipping from China. It'll take a month. That's a bummer. You know what? I didn't actually look to see if there's any protective film on that. Doesn't seem like there is. Is there some on that by default? Okay. I don't remember seeing it, so, and it's fitting. It's fitting okay, and I don't see anything bunched up, so maybe it's fine. Okay. Let's see. Next part is the little display knob. Where did that go? Where's the display knob? Did I set that somewhere? Did I have it on here? Because I know I printed it. Well, if that's the thing I'm missing, that's pretty good. I know I printed it though. I just don't know where it went. I've not pulled the protective shield on my screen yet. Okay. So we just need that, and then we put on the display cable and protective earth cable, which is already on the printer right now. And then we put it on here with M3x10s and run those that way. So let's put this guy on. Is there an indicator of which side? Does it matter which side? Oh, yeah. No, they're both the same. Okay. Seems like Stefan's heat set tips will arrive quicker than the pencil itself. There. Here, I kind of pre-attached this, routed this. So put that on there. It tends to hold it together. Let's do that. What is that? There, those not. Ah, that's not all the way in there. Pull those all the way in. Never own clothes of anything. I live in IKEA land and we have Bondtech. Square nuts. The ground wire goes into a square tab on this side. What? Square tab? Yeah, it's right there. It's right in there. Yeah. Yep. Okay, display on. Betcha that display knob is on the other bench or something. You wait for LDO for Casa or build yourself? That's a great question. And when Josh is referring to Casa, that's the enclosure or covering or whatever for the Milo mill. I'm not sure that I have space for it. So it depends on what my final layout of the shop ends up. I'm currently working on an upgrade for MakerBot Replicator into Clipper for my school. Fun. Hey, Moose. 3x4 area. Yeah, I've already got, I mean, I have the Shapeoko that takes up a big area. I've got this beast that takes up a big area. I got to figure out where things are going to go in here. Okay, so then we're going to guide, that goes there, that's there, and then we're going to guide these wires. So we'll do something like, there we go, maybe that. These guys go in which end? You need that, Phoenix. Hey, Carbon Dave. Carbon Dave and I were just chatting today via email. They are doing some neat stuff. Have you used Spoolman? I have not, and that is the little database for your filament tracking, right? I am not anywhere close to disciplined enough to take advantage of something like that. Very cool, but I am not disciplined enough to do that. It's going to come out and go under here. I like the old days, stuffing ribbon cables into channels. No kidding, that was terrible. And I think that's it right now. Okay, so now we're getting into some areas that I did off camera. I'll show you the steps. I'll show you what it looks like on here, but I wanted to save a little bit of time. You might finish the fat rig before I finish this. So this has the black style PSU. So I do need to grab this. The power supply, the what do you call it? The power panic cable and the others are on here. So there is a there we go. So the protective earth is attached, power panic's here, a couple of clips here, and then the power wires come in and they're zip tied along here. Suspicious Steve is plenty organized when he's at work. I'd like to be more organized. Okay, so that is connected. It goes through that screw there. Goes in that direction. The power wires get plugged in this order. Red, red, black, black. Both of them. Then the power panic wire comes back through here. And this cover goes on, which I hadn't done yet. So the cover goes on in 3x10s. And let me find the cover piece. Is that this one? Is it this one or is it the other one? Where's the other one? There's two cover pieces. There's one for the controller. Oh, where is it? I think this is it, but it sure doesn't want to fit in there. See if this is the one for the board over here instead. Yeah, this one, I think. No, it's not. It's the other one. It just doesn't fit. This one should go in here. Maybe I just need to, oh, there we go. It's just a tight fit. does that go? It was very much a tight fit. It doesn't actually fit on there. It actually doesn't line up. That does not line up. So that's either not the right piece or something. What is your day job, if you don't mind sharing? I manage an IT service and support group for state of California. The super large table saw we need to work around. Hey, Joe. Heater cartridge needs to be 4 millimeters diameter. Ooh, I have no idea, Engineering Chaos. A 4 millimeter diameter heater cartridge. Might just take some creative AliExpress searching or Amazon. I'm missing a printed part, and I know for a fact I have both of these. I just figure out where it got put. Let me do some searching around. I know I printed them. I have to figure out where it got hidden. Where, oh where? Not there. I know I printed these. Do IT work for the state of Oregon? Oh, nice. Where? The problem is I've cleaned in the meantime. What's that? Got this piece. We might just skip this at this point. Check over here real quick. Yeah, the problem is I've cleaned. And as soon as you clean, you lose track of everything. That's how to do it. Just got over it. Done data centers. IT work for my local school board. You and I share a profession. I think we may have spoken about that on Media Tech in a small school district. Where in the world did that go? I mean, even if I cleaned, it should still be right here. What's that? Should still be right here. Huh. Okay, well, I have to put the cover on, or I'll need to print it again. This is obviously the wrong cover. It's supposed to connect between here and here. And those are in the wrong spot and the wrong spacing. This has got to go on the other side, but it didn't look like it did in my Milo parts bin. I haven't even opened that, so there isn't one yet. Okay, whatever. We'll move on. So I can't put the cover on because I can't find it. But I did route the wires. And then I zip tied the Z. And I routed them along here. This is the next spot that I'm at. I think this might be the spot for that. So. These are going to go underneath the wires that are going across here. That'll go there, and then these will all zip tie here. Okay, zip tie. It's doing the 0G mods to my Ender 5 worth it. I like my 0G. I had a lot of fun building it. I would imagine that it's probably worth it, but I did not use my Ender 5 at all as an Ender 5. So I can't compare them. Okay, so that goes. Go. How much of the Ender 5 is even in the zeros? The whole frame, and depending on how far you go with it. Honestly, I mean, you have a good point, Josh. If you want to build a Mercury 1, it's almost better to just get a frame and then the rest of the parts. Almost. You have to cut it and drill it and tap it and stuff like that, so. Okay, that goes through there, that goes through there. And then we're gonna put a bunch of connectors into the buddy board. So, connecting the power cables. So let's see, how am I going to? I think this is gonna be the camera for this. So all of these come through here. The earth cable goes there, and that connects with a, secure the cable with an M3W washer and an M3x6 screw. So where's the M3W washer? Okay. Fall down the hole, you will shake your printer to death. Cold in here, turn up the heat. Is there a spot? Yeah, okay. This guy and that guy. Right into there. BF Dennis, thanks for the gifted memberships. I have a frame just sitting since I couldn't make it print well, resulting in me buying a K1. Is that from a Mercury one? There are definitely, I mean, you have, oh, I want to actually run that through, I think, through this. Change that. You are dealing with a Creality bargain printer on the Ender 5. So there is probably a very significant variation in quality of how that frame was manufactured and put together. So I went through my Ender 5, if you remember the stream, and completely cleaned it all up, squared all the ends, I took it completely apart, squared the ends, and reassembled it with a lot of care. So just kind of trying to see which way this needs to go in here as far as. Hey, Phil. That goes like that. Don't go cheap, buy once, cry once. Enclosed Mercury is a complete custom frame. Yeah. Like I said, I'm very happy with the way my Mercury 1 prints right now. I use it when I need it. So. Connect the PSU cables. There are a dedicated set of screws here for power terminal screws. Man, up, spend 4,000 on your next printer. I did the Ender 5 Plus from a Mercury one. I put it in a tent. Hey, Bloody JMF. Okay. We have, which way are those? These are gonna go there and there. I think it really matters which pair. Those are, there we go. What do we got? Maker Viking? Hey, Maker Viking. We need 30,000 USD worth of new AC. Ouch! No one will service it because it probably uses too old a coolant or refrigerant. Is that correct? Yeah. Nice and tight. Couple of ugga-duggas on that. Beard is fire. I am in dire need of a trim. I have not had my hair cut since before Smurf. I have just not had time to get an appointment and get in there. Super need. Steve, the 240, is that going to be a full function RC? Yes, it will be a full function RC. German spec Guden tight. But not as tight as the oil filters on mid-90s, late 90s Chryslers. Right? Short of that. After COVID, I figured out I can cut my own hair and not look homeless. I could not. If I could shave it all off, if I could get away with bald, I would. Hey, zombie. Welcome. You're a lightweight. I've not had a cut since September 2022, if memory serves. Screwdriver removal spec oil filter. Yeah. Okay, and then these are going to come through here, and I think some zip ties hold them. Instead of going through these, they get zip tied. Now you got to note here, now we're into silver PSU, so we skip a whole section here. We want to stick with the black PSU. Silver PSU has all different parts, so don't get confused. We're going to just scroll right past all of this. Silver PSU, silver PSU. Oh, here we are. And then we are going to run these across the side here. And I think, darn it, I do want to redo that. Okay, just because of me being me, I'm going to redo part of this. My beard makes me look my age. I can't have that. My beard makes me look way older than I am. And my wife doesn't like that. Fix your yellow wire like in the pics that it's at. Finish the blue 0.2 rebuild. Nice. Is there a dark mode for the Prusa website? It's really bright for me. I have no idea. My daughter should never shave my beard off again. Oops, it's all the way. I am, sorry, I'm redoing this because I want to kind of change the way these wires are routed. Someone said I needed to do something else for... Oh, that needs to go that way? Why? Why does it need to go that way? Okay. Verify the correct placement of the cables comparing to the picture. This is crucial. Incorrect wire may cause damage to your printer. Okay. Okay, this one's wrong. This goes here, and this goes straight down. Is that better? These run through this bottom piece. Printables, not Prusa 3D. My wife likes my beard. She doesn't like it this long. Come on. Oh, you can't actually see anything that I'm doing. There we are. Hey, Sean. I'm just gonna, actually, this one will just go straight up through here, I think. Right, like that. And then these come across here. Love how YouTube standardized a 480 even though it knows my preferred settings. I've had, yeah, a lot of stuff I've watched lately drops down in the middle of watching for some reason. Hey, Michael. Okay, this one comes through here. You're looking at the silver power supply when reading that last. Oh, I was. Thank you. What am I looking at? Oh, black PSU. Okay. This is what I had to, so same thing. I've got it routed away from there. So, oh, sorry. This is the routing for the black. It's the same thing as what I just did. It just kind of moves around and under, and then it'll get zip tied over here. That's black PSU, straight down and around. Oh no, that was a black PSU warning. Yeah, that was a black PSU warning. Never mind. Let me say good morning. All streams are after midnight my time. I cover all the bases. I'm doing that from almost the very first stream. You know, I started doing that when I realized that I had a lot of viewers outside of my time zone. I mean, it was obvious, but it was a conscious thing that I decided to start doing very early on in streaming. You're repeating those builds for all of Pooch's upgrades. No. No. I'd not get any of my other builds done if I went through all of Pooch's. Hey, Mike. Okay, so then these come down here and get bunched in here, and a zip tie goes around down here. But there's got to be enough room right here, which means this probably has to angle over a little bit like that. Maybe this one over to allow that one to move just a little further. There we go. Probably something like that. Belt printer when? So I'm supposed to at some point when, and I know that's not what you're talking about, but at some point that little mini belt, West 3D said they were doing something with that. It came up when I did the interview with them. They asked if I wanted to check out what they do with a belt printer, the mini belt printer. And I said, yes, I would. So, but nothing's happened yet, but I imagine at some point it might. Depending on putting a 24-volt heater cartridge on a 12-volt machine, you do not. Well, 24 volt on a 12 volt, that's not gonna, I mean, it's gonna heat up half, and you probably won't get past your firmware checks. I don't know if you can tune that out to where it would actually work. But I wouldn't. Keep it matching. I see a good wall for a CR30 behind me. All of those cables, and there was something about, it didn't actually tell me where to zip tie that. That's fine. This is silver, silver, silver. That's all grounding it properly. Silver, silver, silver. And then this is what I'm talking, this is what I'm supposed to do is move some of these over. Okay. There. So now we are going to put a zip tie around here. Does this fit between there? It does not. Darn it. Bear, still thought to do. Hey, Laura. Okay, this has to go through here and around, back around. So, oh, there we are. Awesome. And then back around here through this other part in this. There we go. All right, like that. 3 steps away from gummies, are we? There. That goes there. You can bear an MK4, but it's purely a cosmetic change. No measurable differences in print quality from it. Is there a reason you can't replace the heater block? Is the heat break thread not standard? Okay, and then this comes around probably like that. And then it will come up into here and plug in. So with all of this comes a similar, hard to do. No, not as hard because I hit the end over here. At least I would think so. Haven't seen me use these. Let's see if we can get in here with these. It worked. This is a Adam Savage tool suggestion. Little. Through here. Found a heater that works, only $50. Ouch. Okay, let's shift this to where it's probably about there. This is just going right up through there. Cool. And then this will go in here and plug in. I already zip tied the Z stepper wire there. And then it plugs in the display cable and the red stripe in that direction. Make sure that all the zip cable guiding over the zip ties into the X body belt's not under the zip ties. Make sure that all the cable, yeah, it is. So this plugs in. So that's in. All this other stuff will get zip tied into there. I had it backwards. What did you have backwards? I need to go through my GitHub and update things. Me too. Oh, are we ready to actually zip tie all of this? Okay. So we've got a bunch of, we've got a zip tie over here that's behind all of this. I'm gonna fix that. Go. Hey, Jack. Is 25 watts enough for a heater? I don't know that I've seen one on a 3D printer that small. Why is that not? There we go. Just don't have a good angle. It's getting caught on the sheet metal there. Bought an assortment of thermostats for running cables and belts. Oh, hemostats? Is that what that is? Hemostats, yeah. Okay, that doesn't need to be super tight. All it's doing is controlling keeping the wires out of the way. Can I just do like that? Oh, theoretically, we don't have that actually plugged in yet. So it just goes like that. Go. Next one. Zip tie gun is super handy. I've never used one. There. Just like the picture. I can probably just grab all of those right there. Well, that's fun. What just happened? Oh, I guess nothing. Okay. Hey, Pooch. Welcome. And Andrew, thanks for the gifted members. Guidance from firmware flash into 13 how to use kconfig. Commands. Yeah, everybody say hi, Pooch. We are making good progress. We connected the extruder main cable. Oh, I was supposed to zip tie it on a couple of those, but that's okay. We'll run an extra zip tie in here to grab it all. Oh, that didn't grab it all. That looks nice and neat. Doesn't that nylon end tuck into a spot in the printed part? Which nylon end and which printed part? What are we talking about? Feeling the love. Hello, hello. Sorry I couldn't join tonight. My son had a basketball game. No worries. No worries at all. Hey, gummy bear time. Gummy bear time. Now the question is, did Pooch leave me enough to finish this build? I get 6 right now. That leaves me with 7. That leaves me with 7 left. I got 5 here. That leaves me with 2 groups of 6. I don't think I have enough. So maybe I'll have 4 right now. Blame Pooch. $3 mm nylon cable bundle reinforcement on the control box. Well, that one is definitely a blame Pooch. Where is this? You're talking about that? Pooch installed it. It's all correct. Oh, maybe it's just too far in. Wonder if it's too far in. But it has enough room here. I think we're okay. 7 is a good number. I said I don't have to share gummies tonight. This is true. I just had the most random thing happen on a stream. My giant tortoise just laid 25 eggs during the stream. Wow. That's awesome. Thanks, Matt. Thanks for being a member for 20 months. So what's going on here, I think, is this cable bundle is just pushed in here maybe a little too far. But it still hits everywhere. Travel is still fine. There is a spot in this part probably where it could go. You can't blame for Pooch for everything? Oh, I absolutely can. I can blame Pooch for the reason I'm not going to have tacos tonight. I don't know. I might still go get tacos. Blame Pooch has been a thing for years. I didn't come up with that. Okay. On to the Y-axis. Now, I know what you're talking about, Bob, with that thing, and I think it's just because the cable is too far in, or pushed too far in, but they still have enough room out here. I can tweak it if it looks like it needs work later. Looking good. Take it however you want. Had a quesadilla and a chimichanga for dinner. Okay, Y-carriage. We're going to have to use the Torx drivers, it looks like. Wrong step, please prepare. So we need these. Some M3x10, some washers, and the nylon nuts. And I think if we look at this again, this is still hits the full range without any extra yeah. I got video proof of when that happened. See you, Engineering Chaos. Okay. So we are going to work on the bed. And what was this? Probably multiple things, but I thought the pattern was kind of funny. So that, and power cables. It's the nylon for this. These 2 M3x10s. Go here. 2 washers. Rep box parts is correct. Is this a sub-only stream? You're doing a giveaway? No, it's not a sub-only stream. We're doing Polymaker giveaway. Prusa mutant number 1. Okay. All the parts. We get the non-labeled end. And then this is important that you get the wire order correct. Otherwise your LED here doesn't flash, doesn't annoy you at night. This late stream is hurting your stats, only 183. Yeah, and that's fine. It's a Tuesday stream. It's a normal, I mean, I cut off a large portion of my Sunday audience. I get that. But we keep them shorter, so they're easier to watch later. And yeah. So it is what it is. Oops, that's not what I wanted. I wanted that one. Can't believe I didn't think to ask this year, but what 3D printing things are you excited about in 2024? I'm excited. I'm excited for the, I'm excited for a couple of projects that are coming up, of course, that I don't really want to go into yet. I'm excited for the Magneto X and see how that does. Tight-Gen out of here. See you, Tight-Gen. I need to own a Prusa someday, just to see what the ownership experience is like. I have 3 Vorons, but never a Prusa. So I've had a Prusa since I pre-ordered a Mark III. And they've always been just my, it's just there when I need, more recently it's there when I need TPU or PLA or PETG prints. And when the Mark IV came out, I decided to continue that pre-order trend because I really wanted to check out the Extruder mostly. And that has not disappointed. So having that strain gauge probing is really nice. MK3 buffer mounted to the side of the rep box is wonderful. Nice. What is that tool called? So this is a RC hobby piece. It's from a company called J-Concepts, and they still make it. You can still buy it. I think it's less than $10. If you go to jconcepts.net, I believe. It's a 7mm and a 5.5mm. I bought this years ago, and I'm surprised they still made it, but they do. Most of the RC tools that I have are hard to get. Want those new magnetic, So how much more difficult, if any, does a streamer make doing taxes? It just means more documentation. That's all. It's not that much more difficult. It's just more documentation. A-Main Hobbies, I'm sure carries it. Yep. jconcepts.net, I think it is. Yeah, I'm gonna find it here real quick. Oops. It's a combo thumb wrench. You can find this probably at a bunch of resellers, but I was wrong. It's $10.20 and they come in blue or black. An RC style lug wrench, yep. It's almost identical to the one I made as the first project on my lathe. Nice, that would be a great lathe project. Especially if you have a rotary broach to play with, right? Finally broke down and ordered some Weeha drivers with the big fat man handles to suit my fat fingers. The new version of MIP drivers have black handles, okay. Okay, so those two, and these are supposed to be pulled in. This is too tight to do that, so we want to pull those in towards each other. I'm just going to retighten these. Okay. And we have cover parts. Pooch, if you're still here, do you remember where I put the power supply cover? Okay, we need the nylon. And we need the covers. And then some regular hex nuts. And M3x10s. I just used a rotary broach at work for the first time. Really neat, cool tool. I've only seen them on like YouTube videos. Black MIP is like black nacho fans. The ugly color was the price of having something nice. Did you enjoy the Scoobaroo picture on? Yes. Yes, that's hilarious. One more. Oh, there we go. Something you can't get on Amazon. Oh, that wheel nut driver. There we go. Then we've got a nice little, what is this? Place the heat bed, insert the nylon filament into the hole in heat bed cover. Don't let the nylon filament stick out too much on the other side. It should not protrude more than 2 millimeters. Don't let it protrude too much. That has to go. The curve of it, you want to go up. Fun. And the thermistor wires go up through there. So found it on Amazon. Is the strain relief nylon or PET G? I don't know, but I'm not 100% sure it's actually nylon either. What is it? Is it nylon? Does it say it's nylon? It says it's nylon. Oh no. Yeah, it says it's nylon, so it must be. Okay, so that's there. This goes in here to where it barely sticks out, and then it's gonna probably bend back. This goes below, like that, probably. It is nylon, yeah. That. Slide the cable cover bottom, secure the cover with the M3x10 screw from the top. Okay. They get pretty warm for PET G. Oh, I wouldn't have expected it to be PET G at all, but I didn't know if it might be actually like polycarbonate or something. That is interesting that that's a M3 by 10, because an 8 would work just fine there. Then we're going to put this covering, the textile covering on. Frame of my microns assembled. Nice. I didn't miss any preloads. So if you miss the preloads, you can actually get those LDO post-install 1515 nuts at various LDO distributors. I bought some not too long ago from KB3D, so I know they have them, but I'm sure they all do. My DMs are blowing up. Well, it's just a group chat that I'm a part of. Oh. I don't, can you hear that? I should have asked. Can you hear that in the through the stream, the YouTube or the Discord notifications? From a friendly LDO distributor near you. Exactly. Flip this. The Discord sounds, it's very faint, but you, okay, let me put that into streamer mode. Let me put Discord into streamer mode. I don't usually get this many. People are just chatting like crazy. It's a little annoying. Where is streamer mode? Streamer mode. Turn it on. There we go. Okay. Sorry about that. Okay, this is on here. This is going to go all the way on here. So it goes to about there. I want to send a quick text. Okay. Have a good night. See you, Delmar. Okay. Wrap the end of the cable bundle together with nylon filament as the textile sleeve. As far towards the heat bed as possible. Attach, make sure there's no big gap. And make sure that the thermistor has a nice bit of room. The bottom side leaves slack on the thermistor cable and make sure there's no big gap. Okay. So where are, it goes there, goes there. Tie it. A little off topic, but curious if you know if 2.4 Trident mod for flex plate alignment pins. The flex plates are more drop and go. Any mod pointers would be great. I've always thought that it'd be interesting to put a, just if you have a thick enough plate, just drill a couple of holes through the back and put washers on the back. That would probably work. If you have an oversized plate, my original Voron 2.4, I had an oversized plate on it. There we go. No gap. Plenty of slack on the thermistor. but that I thought would be a, like I said, a way to do that. And then we are going to run the textile sleeve in a twist it. Go at least a full turn here. Washer is so simple, you have an amazing idea. Yeah. Then it gives you a positive stop. You just want to place your hole or size your washer and screw or whatever such that it just barely sticks up. You don't want to get it caught on anything. Okay, so that is this done, and I think, let's see, you might be able to make out, yeah, you can see the twist in the sleeving there, I think. Oh. Now we're going to grab the Y-carriage. Y-carriage has two variations depending on which Mark III print model you have. Each variant has a different assembly procedure. According to the picture, distinguish your variation and follow the appropriate. So we have the old. So we are going to grab these, and then I have bearings that I pre-lubed somewhere. Those are old. That one would be that one, and that's an old one. These must be cleaned and lubed, a whole set of them. That must be them. The indexing screws on the VZ beds are really nice. That just adds a whole lot of machining operations to the bed. So the default is just a rectangle or square. But Tuesday stream, hey Majestic, just working on rebuilding my Mercury 1.1. Nice. Where do you buy the cable raceways like come in the LDO kits? If you search for that on Amazon, you can find them. Or AliExpress or whatever. Okay, we're gonna grab all that. I've already lubed these, and then we're gonna assemble the bearing clips. So, which bearing clips? You can search for bearing channel or 3x12. It's these guys. Cable raceway, cable duct. Okay, it's a good one. This, and then a rubber piece, and then the white PTFE or whatever piece. Hey, Neriq, welcome. The randomness continues. I went to put the eggs in the incubator and found my first hatchling from a previous clutch. Wow. Someone once needed a smaller printed cable raceway. I have one on printables. Oh yeah, there are printable versions. I've not used a printable version. I just haven't, for no particular reason. Okay, now start with the side from the opposite side. Insert the bearing into the bearing clip. If the bearing cannot be inserted easily, I'll probably tighten the M3 nuts too much. Okay, I guess this goes on here first before we... Okay. I need more lock nuts. That's what's going on. All right, rig wasteways are super nice. Have you, I mean, you've seen the LDO ones. How different are they from those? And what would be different about them? So I guess we'll just put all these on by finger, and then we put the bearing in after. Did I get these? Is there any up or down on here? Well, according to the previous install, that's where the spacers were. So I've got it the same way it was before. The LDO raceways are trash? Okay. I don't know about that. I know they are kind of fragile, and you don't want to bend them too much, but I don't have much experience with them, so I couldn't say how they are compared to what other offerings are out there. I guess if someone had an opinion on something being way better, I'd like to try it, so I'd have an idea of what is better about it. Okay, and then we want to insert the bearing. We want the bearings to be in this orientation and centered. And then we tighten them down, how much? Slightly tighten the M3, do not tighten it completely. Just secure the bearing orientation and position. We will completely tighten it later. Okay, so we're going to look for the positioning on the bearings. These are apparently they're apparently still way too tight to get those in there. Even though I barely put those on. So let's loosen all of them. Pic posted for your later viewing. Awesome. Have you watched Reth's video? No. So Reth made what I'm assuming is a really cool video on input shaping, and I have not. I don't really like this step because you really are pushing against this rubber gasket here. Did I put that together correctly? Yeah, that's correct. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't get the point of putting that in after, because all you're doing is bending that rubber gasket out of the way, not being able to center it. Rotate that into place. Let's pull this away and see if it helps. Yeah, if it's looser, it helps. I put the bearing in before attaching the bracket. Yeah, I would have thought that would be the way too. Okay, and then one more. Let's make sure this is fully loose and pull this away so I get as much. Just work it back and forth until that rubber gasket is back to centered on this side. Rotate it into place. Okay, those are on now. What time is it? 6:30. So once again, we do have over 100 likes. Awesome. 185 people, 100 likes. We could get more. Filament giveaway in 25 minutes for a roll of Polymaker filament. Does anyone know why Prusa don't have ASA in stock for some time? They did a blog post on that. It's just they've not caught up. I mean, they fell behind demand. Insert the bearing into the bearing clip. You have probably tightened the M3 nuts too much. Apparently I did. The correct bearing orientation. Make sure they are as shown. Do not tighten it. Attach. We did this already. Oh, do we change an orientation here? No, it's all the same. And then we're gonna get our smooth rod holders. That was the next one. They're over here. I like the flush LM bearings. Or the Fushi LM bearings. I've used some, what was it, THK I bought off of Misumi. But I don't have a lot of experience with different brands of them. Then we need the 330 millimeter rods. So which one is this? I guess I can find out. That one. Yep, these two. Do I have any more of that length? Just making sure I don't have multiples down here. Okay. Gently insert the rods into the bearings. Do not apply too much force and do not tilt the rod. Carefully tighten the screws fully onto the nuts on the underside. Make sure you tighten screws equally and firmly. Each screw must come up all the way through the nut, or at least its tip must be aligned with the top surface of the nut. After final, the movement must be gentle. If the smooth rod moves stiffly, loosen the screws and repeat the procedure. So this guy's gonna go here. Oh. Well, that was fun. That's not supposed to happen. I don't think there's any real... I think one of those is going to be okay. There's no easy way to get that back. Oh. Is there enough bevel on here? What caught... this one has a little more bevel on this side. Is that? It fell off of the front one here. It had to have. That. Okay. Hey, Makermine. Is that the itty bitty turtle egg? And then we're going to tighten these all the way. It's going to be the easy way to do this. Here, let's just rest that. I'm going to do this a little bit at a time each side. It was the spare, apparently. Blame Prusa, or blame Pooch, I mean. Blame Pooch. Oh, jeez. Let's see if this stays smooth after these are tight. I tried E3D bearings, I don't know who makes them for E3D. Okay. Yeah, that's just as smooth as it was. That's just as smooth as it was, so we're gonna call that good. Go. Waiting for the good time while I wait for my 100-hour print to finish. Wow. Okay, that's not catching, so those are done. Oh, this is new. So let's skip. Oh, interesting. This is all new. New. And then the wire rod holder. Okay, so we got to put a bunch of square nuts in these. Like the rails I have because of the lack of wear after a few years. That's good. Are the rods not parallel, or is that parallax from the camera? That's got to be camera. Got to be camera. So we are back on the Rook build this Sunday. And I will be before stream getting it back to the point where we're at now, but with parts that actually fit. And then we should be able to get quite a ways into the rest of the build. We won't get to the point where we're flashing firmware on it. We're going to take a detour the following weekend and start on Milo, assuming I get all the stuff printed. If I don't, then we'll continue with Rook. But so we get those on, and then we're gonna put it in the printer. And those get installed with in 3x10s. Let's go here. So if this guy goes on this way, I'm just gonna set this right here. Which direction are these going? That. That. Oh, I'm missing a whole extra nut in these. There we go. That's not the camera. What are you talking about? So one thing that diverting to the Milo build does, instead of just finishing the Rook, is I'm going to need a little bit of time, prep time, having some idea what to do with Marlin. We're going to put Marlin on it, and I'm going to go into it partially blind, but I don't really want to go into it completely blind. So that is one of the reasons for me not being too worried about putting a little bit of a delay, because that'll give me quite a bit of time. Oh, that was fun. That one might just fall out. Yep, I'm gonna have to put that in when I put it back there. Let's put that on upside down for now. There we go. Is that a Mako? Which fix-it kit is that? Yeah, I think so. It's the one with the metal driver. I love this. I use it all the time. Okay, then this guy goes in here. That goes right there. And 3x10. I can hear the confusion in Josh Murray's post. What? How are those desktop mills? I finally used the USIA's crimper. Someone built Marlin for it a long time ago. Oh yeah. But still, the whole process of putting Marlin on it. Not case hardened, just tool steel, or they seem just as accurate and wear bearings way less. Oh, Marlin on the Milo? No. No. That's a terrible idea. That's the worst idea I've heard tonight. Yeah. I was on Milo brain. Not on the Milo. On the Rook. Marlin's going on the Rook. Now I would not put it past myself to maybe have said Milo, because I say a lot of things that I get a lot of stuff mixed up in my head. So I'm sure nobody can relate to that. Milo on the Marco. Marlin would seem very appropriate. The complication, the very slight complication with Marlin on the Rook is display. So the idea that you need a display, and it's not really, there isn't one. Well, there are, but it's not part of the default files. There's a display display mounts out there, but I think I'm going to just adapt the switch wire one to it. Because you want a display and an SD card. Someone was saying on Stream Zombie that sensorless homing calibration is cake on the Marlin implementation for that. 16-hour day in the bunker, so heading to bed. Oh, hey, Jeremy. I didn't see you earlier, so hi and bye. I'm just going to use a Mini 12864, Michael. I have a bunch of them. And then that is an M3 by 10. Okay, just checking the fasteners here. So 3 by 10 down into here. It could be I've never tried it. Marlin config drives me crazy. That's why we're doing it. We have 10 minutes, 11 minutes until giveaway time. We should be able to hit 150 likes. Sensorless works on the Prusa. Hey, projects. We got to hit 150 likes. A little rougher than I would like. I'm going to try loosening these and then retighten them. I know it's tough to tighten at this point. We're at 141. We'll get there. Just kind of putting some friction on the head with my finger. I don't know if that sounds different, but it feels a lot different. Okay. That was number 131 on the likes chart. Hey, Michael. Mark IV kit to ship. Have fun with the build. Needs 2 EXP connectors by default, and the SKR Mini only has 1, so you have to have a custom cable. That's right. Custom cable or the little PCB adapter, which means thank you for that reminder. Thank you for that reminder. I'll just order one of those adapters, the PCB adapters. I forgot about that. Okay, that moves. Carriage to the front. Tighten all the screws. Oh, that might be part of it. That might be part of it. I forgot I should have loosened these. All the way forward here. This was a Mark 3s. Yep, a Mark 3s Plus. Yeah, but it was modified. It had that mutant tool head changer things. Yeah, that feels even better when it's loose, so we want to move it forward and tighten this side. Forgot about that part. Marlin is vast. The structure a lot of users don't need spans in. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time in the past in the Marlin configs, but it's been a while, so I don't know what's changed on them. Yeah, these are never silent. Already the bearings and metal brackets. Yeah, but the kit came with all that. Yeah, that's better. That's even better. That's perfectly acceptable. Hey, Tim. Okay, let's get this going. Last few times I flashed Marlin, I used TH3D Easy firmware. Not sure how streamlined the online Marlin configurator is now. I'm in the same boat with that kind of firmware for Marlin as I am for a lot of things. I don't like to use that kind of stuff. I would rather take the raw Marlin setup and work with it. I just don't like for what I do, I don't like the things that kind of script it or handhold where I can avoid it. Play with my trident now. Oh, see ya, zombie. Have a good one. Okay, the printed parts are not the same. They have differences. These are R2. You're on Clipper. The board lets you run over. Yep. I have a few of those little boards, but I won't be running Clipper. We need a pin and some fasteners. Guess we'll start with this. Pull a nylock nut into here. Stream got behind somehow. That happens a lot. VS Code is not that difficult if you know what you're doing, and it's like riding a bicycle. Yeah. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fun. The Marlin auto build has gotten good, quite good. It has been a very long time since I've touched Marlin, so it'll be a good throwback. Okay, that nut's in there. And we need to assemble the Y belt. Were there some nuts that go in here? There's one there. Oh, that's it. Okay. Y belt. My belt is here. We have 5 more minutes. We still need 4 more likes. We need 4 more likes to hit the 150. Rewatching your stream, the kit comes. Also have the enclosure as well. For the Milo. I just finished building in my 2.4 350. I want to build a Trident. Can't decide on 250 or 300 cube. Any recommendations? I'm a big fan of the small builds. I like the 250 size. But that's really a personal decision on what size you can fit in your area and what size you think you need. Let's go here. And they want us to turn the printer on its side. Okay. So we're going to take this piece here, which has the extra tab on it. And we're going to put the belt in one side. Hey, look, there's no writing on this one. This in here. Which way does that go? Oh, the other way. Okay. Out comes the cool, expensive pliers. Cool, expensive pliers. Okay. And then there is a neat little feature here. And Aryu's nephew, this is somewhat along the line of what I would have thought of for kind of putting some pressure on those bearings on Rook. This is basically a split in the print here, and you drive a screw in there and it just pushes against the belt and makes sure it's locked into place. The screw isn't actually even touching the belt. It's just closing that gap in this printed part. So there's no, you don't thread it anywhere past, just flush, and that locks it into place. Over 150, nice, we're at 160. This belt is Steve Builds proof, yep. The Navix flat channel lock ones, whatever they're called. Yeah, these are so nice. I'm currently converting the Nevermore to CAN bus. MX flat channel lock ones. Howdy. Hey, Bryce. Where are we? 2 more minutes. So what is the next step here? We are going to put that on, must be this side. With what size? Oh, this was the one that was kind of a pain. There was some parts of this I didn't like. This is an M3 by 10 into the bottom of the bottom of the carriage here. Joined just in time. Yep. Hey Vince, welcome. Okay, there's a little, that little tab that's on this part indexes against the back of the bed frame here, so it doesn't twist when you're tightening it, which is kind of nice. So that keeps it from twisting as you're tightening it. This is gonna go this way, but I don't know which way they want us to go first. That. Take the free end of the pulley, insert the belt with pulley. Okay, so we got to find another one of those pins. Oh, it's already on the pulley. What time is it? 7 o'clock. It's giveaway time. Polar Ted is still here. Let's do this real quick. This just goes in there and then pulls into place. this is gonna come around and do something. Let's give away some filament. Let's give away some filament. A lot of folks are up very, very late today. So let's see. So with this, of course, I closed the giveaway when I haven't had a new entry in 3 seconds. Let me bring up so the link is in the pinned post or the description. You have exactly 3 seconds to get your entry in before I close it. So let me freshen up the giveaway page right here and kill this mosquito. Yep, got it. Nothing, just ate it. Cereal. So someone got a cereal? Nice. Congrats, Tim. When we haven't had a new entry in 3 seconds. So 3. And go to bed and draw later. We have a new one. So 3, 2. There's a new one. 3. Oh, let me close this ad. 3, 2, 1.5. How many people do we have? We have almost 200 people and 167 likes. That's pretty decent. I'm not going to complain there. Oh, there's a new one there. So 3, 3, 2, 3, 2. Oh, there's a new one. 3, 2, 1, half. Done. Okay, so let's see who we have. Bill Brothers got the first one in. Who got the last one? Who was daring? And how many familiar names are in the last few? None. None within the last 5. See, it works. Mike, you almost was. Oh, you're right. You're right. I didn't see that. I didn't recognize. Yeah, you were the third from last. Mr. Omit got the last one. Control C, Control V. Did I get the right one? Yeah, there we are. Bill's the first one, and that is the last one. How many times are we going to shuffle this? Let's just be original and go between 1 and 15. Hey, Patrick. 1 and 15. There's a new shirt. 1 and 15. There are better chances. There are 229 entries. 1 and 15. Oh, we got up to 173 likes. We're good. 1 and 15. Let's see. I am going to go. I like 11. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Spin. You must be here, even on these streams. You must be here to win. You must say something in chat if your name is drawn. You have 2 minutes to do so. We are at Yuga Rosa. Yuga Rosa, are you here? You have, oops, not that one. You have 2 minutes, from now to say something. Yuga Rosa. Jeremy, you got to refresh the page because YouTube does a terrible job of updating the like for you. There's a lot more than that, which is good. Congratulations, Yuga Rosa. Are you here? Are you here, or are you a Polar Ted Club inductee? Not taggable. Yuga Rosa. You have 1 minute and 30 seconds. There you are. Congratulations. Yuga Rosa. You will get an email from me. I have 3 emails to send out. Let me make sure everything looks good. That is good. We are good. Awesome. Congratulations. Like I said, you'll get an email from me. If you are in the US or Canada, you'll get a coupon to the US or Canada Polymaker stores. If you're outside the US and Canada, then you'll get a link to a list of filament. You get to pick one, and it'll get shipped to you. So that is that. We need to finish the Y-axis. Can we finish the Y-axis today? How many, that is actually putting on the bed. That's doing, I don't know if we're gonna finish this page. We're so close to finishing the print, but I'm okay with this going to next week. If we get a chance of Pooch coming down here, maybe he won't be able to. But if there's a chance, then he can take it home with him when we're done. And I like that idea. So let's go back up here. Oops. We're gonna go for just a few more minutes here. I'd like to get this belt installed. That's gonna be our goal here today, is to finish getting the belt installed, and then we'll call it, because that is a good stopping point. See you, Joe. Good night. So we are here. I've put that in there, and then, oops, timer's over. And then we are going to put this in here, and then this screw, which is, this one I remember having trouble when I was, oh, let's stop the poll too. Pin the message, stop the poll. And the poll went, oh, there it is. It's a Polaroid Club for people that enter the giveaway and then go MIA at the drawing. It is. That's exactly what it is. Good night, Joe. See you, Biney. Okay. We are going to finish this. We need to put a belt in there. Oops. Wow. I need to do that. Insert that in there. And then that is, oh, and then there's a M3 by 40. M3 by 40 and an M3 by 10. That's the 40. And that's the 10. I think we can just keep going on this one. How does this go on here? This goes right like that. Oh, and then there's a 10 that goes in there, so. I think I want to pull this out from here, pull this through here, so I get lots of slack here, and then this goes around like this, and we hope that Prusa is really good with their belt lengths. I'm here till the end. Thanks, Andrew. Thanks, Josh. Who's here till the end? Let me know if you're here till the end. We got Mike that's here till the end. I like to leave the front idler a little loose while installing the belt. It helps with the tensioning and easier installation. That's not a bad idea. I like that. We'll do that if we have trouble. Who is here till the end? Sorta. Me. Normally, I am till end. I'm still here. Wish I could be. I'm in Michigan and work tomorrow. No problem, Tim. There's no pressure. He's going the distance. He's going for speed. A little past my bedtime, but I'm still here. Thanks, Apollo. Thank you, everybody who's still here. Here till the end. You know until you end this. Won't know until you end the stream. How late is the end? Once we have the belt installed. So that just goes, that doesn't get tightened. It just goes until it's flush. And then this part, like I said, was a little, I think that goes right. Yeah, that goes there. And then a screw goes in here. I feel like there's probably some other way that this could be done. But I remember this being quite a challenge. I'm gonna put it around back here. This goes, and the problem is that it was very hard to get in here without cross-threading the screw. Let me see if I can get that out of the way. Yeah, I like this idea of loosening the front if I can get to these screws. So I'm gonna loosen this. Actually, this is a job. This is a job for the long boy. Oh, there we go. Loosen that a bit, and then I'm going to screw up the camera focus on this one. There. That gives me a little bit of extra. You know what? There's no reason why I can't give myself all kinds of extra. Just loosen the stepper mount back here too. Maybe all of this is going to help. There we go. Now I can get in here with the ball driver. Put your tension screw on to hold it in place. I'll get that in here in a minute. The problem is the belt is tight. If all these are tight, and it pushes the screwdriver off to the side, and you can't really, I mean, it's really hard to get everything lined up. There we go. That's on. Now we can go through and let's tighten. Motor mount. And front idler. Do you have a link for the long boy? The exact one that I ordered is not available anymore. I think Shammy found one. There we go. Oh, look how easy that is. I can actually reach it right here. Okay. We're going to actually test tension of that next stream. But at this point, at least it is installed. Okay, let me catch up on chat. A dispute of screw tension could be called Clash of the Titans. Those are good. I'm in Portland. When are you going to stream or go over the V24? I have been recording the full build, Josh. The intent is to release that at some point after we release the design. But on your Vorons, do you use stock settings in Orca Slicer? I have not used Orca Slicer for any printing on my Vorons. I've only used it for the VZBot. What size is that driver? This is a 2.5 millimeter ball end, but it is long with a tiny handle. So edited content, yeah. It is going to be very much like just working in the shop style for the V24 stuff. And those that are still here that aren't members or didn't check out this build, this was Saturday's content and will be in a couple of weeks the next Charlie's Angels stream. So when the next one comes out, this last Saturday's will go public. So I don't force folks to become members because you'll eventually get the content. But if you want it live, you need to be a member. But this is so cool. I'm so happy with this. I redid the taillights, by the way. I haven't done everything with them, but I did do them in different colors, but they'll have to be glued together. Updated clipper now getting error saying pins are not an option. Ever see something like that? Stuff like that for sure, but your specific errors, I'm not sure. On that piece, these are the parts for the new taillights I printed. They need to be glued together. I've got a clear base and then the colors to glue onto there. It's an RC car. It's fully radio controlled. So I caught part of that, but didn't have a chance to see what it is. It is the 3D Set Sakura 240 build. It's based on a 240Z, a Datsun 240Z. You can drive to West 3D and get your stuff without waiting. Oh, Smalls, yeah. 3dsets.com is where that model's from. So, my dad had a 280Z. I need to build one of these. It's a really cool model. They do such a good job with it. Like I said, we'll be that build, those member streams format. I did it at the end of January. I'll do it in the middle of February and then beginning of March. That way I have like a 5 or 6 week period where I get 3 build sessions done on it, because I don't want it to take me 3 months to build. So, with that, thank you for being around for another Tuesday stream. This is turning out really good. I think we will be done next stream. We should be able to, we should be able to get it done and then do a print. I would think the expectation is, unless we need to troubleshoot something if it doesn't work. So, Michael Omit, if you go to the description, there's a link to my printables page, and that's where the hex tray, the screw tray comes from. So, I remember taking my Neon to local SCCA and there was a 350 swap 240. Nice. It had more time for something like that, yeah. So, this Sunday, more Rook. Hopefully the following Sunday we start the Milo build. I'm still waiting for one box. It was 2 boxes and one of them still down in LA. So one of them is still on the way. Do you have extra bearings there? I do, because the Mark IV uses long bearings for the Z. So there are extras of those. I didn't even clean those ones. So I see the 2mm and 3mm Amazon, but not 2.5. Yeah, you might have to find another source for that. So thanks again, everybody. Thanks for anybody who gifted memberships or became a member or donated. Thanks for everybody, especially that's still around. We will see you next time. Enjoy your build. Take care.